Part 2 of $0 to 10K. Haven't really been out here too much working on it. Taking the carb apart, it does not look the prettiest whatsoever. That should not look like that. But gonna get that all cleaned out. Not thinking I'm going to use this carb. I'm just order a new one, or like I said in the last video, make sure you go watch the last video if you have not. I have another one here that I'm probably going to just throw on this for now because it's a cheap Chinese one, and my XR80 is in need of a new carburetor, and this is actually the OEM off of the XR80. So I'm going to rebuild this one to my best of my ability, see if I can't get it running smooth, and I will be back at with you whenever it cleans. Alright, so I got the slide out of the carb. Like I said, it don't look the best, but I'm going to clean it, see if I can reuse them jets, which I highly doubt. Excuse me, but if not, I have a couple odds and ends jets here and there. Got a few different bags of them, so can't replace those jets then, or reuse those jets, then I will replace them. Alright, so these jets are not that savable, it don't look like, but I'm still going to try to save them. I'm going to throw them in the ultrasonic cleaner, homemade ultrasonic cleaner. Got over here. My shop is such a mess. Got a fan with some CLR, and got the fan kind of like shaking it up, so that's how it's working. Got a socket bolted to the fan so it off centers it, so it shakes a lot. Just kind of got it strapped to a desk in there. Got to drop the jets in there just to see if I can get them a little cleaner. The worst comes to worst, I do have more jets right there out of one of the little Chinese carburetors I have. And if that don't work, then I'll just order some new jets for it. A little loud because of my homemade ultrasonic cleaner. Got both parts of the carb in there now. But while we wait for that, I'm going to go ahead and try and take this front tire off. See if I can't break it free a little more. I got it turning just a little bit. But I'm taking it off, see if I can't break it free. Sanding down this rim. See if the rim has any holes. If not, then, well, there went my ultrasonic cleaner. Just a quick little look before we break into it. That looks pretty bad. See how clean the parts and everything is. See how bad that one is. Not as bad, but it's still kind of bubbling because of my homemade ultrasonic cleaner. But, well, I'm not going to even attempt to use the... Probably could, but it didn't look too bad. But I'm just leave them alone. But holy cow, look how this thing came out. All jokes aside, it definitely came out brilliant. Way better than I expected with my first time ever making using the homemade ultrasonic cleaner. This thing looks amazing. Definitely not perfect, but holy cow, it does look good. I already got a new gasket that came out of there, which I hope would fit right there. Think such. I'm gonna go ahead and use the float out of the old one because that float I didn't really put in the ultrasonic cleaner. Probably could, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish cleaning this up and put it on that 80. I mean, this really don't. It's not really too much part of the 100. I wouldn't even say it would be part of the 100 or $0 to 10,000. But as I said, go ahead and clean it up real quick, get everything pieced back together, and go from there. All right, I went in and had dinner, and I couldn't get this one unclogged, the original one. So that we're going to set aside. But I got the one out of this carburetor that I'm using as parts. I got that one working in there good. And then for the other one, them threads are not the same. So I had to unclog this jet, and it worked perfectly. So now we're going to get it all put back together. From that stuff I use, it's like really, I don't know, it's kind of like corrosion. Hopefully it does not get like that on the inside, but if it does, there will be gasoline in it most of the time, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'm going to clean up this gasket. I might have to use this gasket. I'm not positive. I mean, it looks as if it'll fit, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just throw that one on there because it looks as if it'll fit perfectly. And that's about it for now. Well, I didn't get video of it all put back together. Definitely not the beautiest in there, and I got to get a clamp to clamp that down. But so, moral of the story, OEM carbs are the best. Rebuild them. Do not buy none of these cheap junk $10, $20 Amazon carbs. If you have your OEM carb, go with your OEM. All these are junk Amazon, and they all suck. I've tried most of every one of them. Go with OEM. Best carb you will find. I took it for a test ride before I made this video. Definitely way more power. On top of that, it does not leak no more. There's no more leakage out of the carburetor because the bowl's completely flush like it's supposed to be, or the float in the bowl. Everything's just perfect on it now. I mean, couldn't ask for another better one. Definitely, well, I spoke a little too soon. It is kind of leaking gas, but nowhere near as bad. All I gotta do is get a new petcock now in order for it to no longer leak fuel. But hey, it works amazing.